managed to turn their form around on their travels.
It is, because you couldn't see an away win coming for them. They're such a good team at home, weren't they, for so long, and they just couldn't win away, and now it's totally the opposite. It's just... And to be fair, Thomas Frank was saying, we don't do anything different, it's just that's the way it is, and blah, blah, blah. And it's true, because, you know, they play the same type of way, and all of a sudden they're just, you know, picking up wins, and that was a big one today. That's almost connected them a little bit. They're not far behind Bournemouth themselves now, so if they go on a really good run towards the end of the season, who knows? They might have little European aspirations.
Who knows, indeed. I mean, they didn't win their first 9 on the road, and now they've won their last 5, which is just goes to show how quickly things can change in this league.
Yeah, look, they had to, I wouldn't say hang in there, but I mentioned how many shots that Bournemouth had in the first 20 minutes of the game, and even the second half. Bournemouth, I thought, had a real good go at them. They had to, you know, stand strong and use their experience, but they take their moments really, really well, and they were clinical tonight. So that's their away form. You know, you probably maybe being a bit harsh. Expect them with the calibre to beat those teams there. But like Michael says, now you've got to go on a run towards the back end of the season and see where you finish.
OK, well, let's talk through the action and how it all unfolded. So Yoane scored, well, it was an own goal in the 17th minute to get things going for Bournemouth. And at that point, we really felt the momentum was with Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think both managers would agree that they had the better start to the game. They definitely had, and they're in the ascendancy to get their nose in front. And, you know, we've spoken before again about these two down the left, Semenya and Kirkus, you know, the underlapping run from the full-back. They get a bit of luck at them, there's no doubt about that. You know, it comes off Yoane, it's an OG, but look at these two, it's 2v2 here. We were sort of undecided. Karen thinks that Norgaard should probably follow him, and maybe other people might think, Bueno has it there, maybe he should go all the way. But again, it's a decision, it's a quick decision, Karen, and neither of them make the right decision. And Kirkus is free, and we see him doing this all season. Look at that for a lovely little stand-up. And yes, there's a bit of luck at the end of it, but Bournemouth do put bodies in the box and cause a little bit of confusion, and they get their noses in front.
Yeah, to be fair, you called it Shay down that left-hand side. Look, I mean, whoever it is, whether it's Bournemouth or Norgaard, that space was too big and you have to fill it and stop that cross coming in and defend it. You know Kirkus has these overlapping, underlapping runs time and time again throughout the season. That's why he's probably been in most people's left-back team of the year. But yeah, I mean, it was a well-worked goal and well finished.
We then saw the equaliser with Wissa, and he's actually been such an important part of this Brentford side this season.
Yeah, I mean, he's always scored goals, but maybe in the shadow of Ivan Toney in the last couple of years, but now he's the main man, isn't he? He jumps early here, he doesn't get picked up. Of course, you know, there's 3 blockers there for Bournemouth, and then they've got all the players in a row alongside the 6-yard box, so they don't really pick up anybody. And Vissa's on his own the whole way through, and he jumps really early. Goalkeeper, I mean, it's a mistake from the goalkeeper, and he's not got anybody around him either. He gets an absolute free run at it. He can go anywhere. He decides, you know, to obviously punch and just gets in behind Wissa there. So mistake from the goalkeeper, but a simple set piece for Brentford.
Yeah, you can't leave a player of that calibre and a player that can score goals free in the box like that, can you, Karen?
No, I think what I think we saw from today's game is actually no one really committing to set pieces from Bournemouth to say that's my ball, whether it's Huijsen, whether it's the goalkeeper, wherever it might be. You've got to go and someone's got to go and connect with the ball and make that first contact and be ruthless in how you defend it. And I thought that was what let them down tonight. Played really well, but in set pieces, you've got to take responsibility.
And then the captain capped it off with the winning goal, Christian Norgaard.
And again, we used to see a lot of long throws under the Roy Delap era, and it's sort of gone out of fashion, but Bournemouth have still stuck with it. We'll see the replay, and the thing is here, you'll see them bunching up at the near post. Collins is next to the goalkeeper, and the thing about a long throw, Seema, it's always the second contact. The first contact you're never really going to score from. It's always the second one. Now, Semenya passes him on to the right side centre-half, and neither of them picks him up, and he just sort of waltzes in there. Again, if Collins or anybody at the near post wants that flick on, they're not going to score. So the players inside the box have to lock on. Norgaard gets a free run, and from 4 or 5 yards out, he's not going to miss from there.
We've seen a couple of great set pieces this season, or a few great set pieces. Have almost been a feature of the season. But they're 2 of the most basic set pieces that you can see, isn't it? Literally just plonking it into the middle of the 6-yard box, free header, a long throw, bounce, someone just free in the middle of the 6-yard box. It's unheard of. So Bournemouth will be kicking themselves.
Yeah, especially when they watch that back. The manager will be as well, right? Well, it was Yoane Wissa, as we said, that made quite an impact today. He's scored, 14 goals this season. He's joint 6th in the goal-scoring charts with Cole Palmer. Let's hear how he's feeling post-match.
Yoane, 5 straight Premier League wins away from home. The first time Brentford have done that. How good does it sound?
Very good, especially against a very good, tough team. This kind of game I like when it's open, go both ways. Today we try to achieve something, to know what we want to do this end of the year, and I think we show something great. I'm very pleased with the effort today. Looking forward for Newcastle.
The club have a terrific unbeaten record in the Premier League against Bournemouth. You have a terrific record. Is it 4 goals in 3 games now against them? Do you feel different, more confident when you're going up against them?
No, I feel like different every game, but to be fair, I like this team. I like this team because they're playing with a lot of confidence. It goes both ways. Of course, it's with us, but I like this kind of game. As I said, I like this kind of team when it's a bit messy. So yeah, enjoy to play against them. Cheers them, but I cheers as well my guy because we've suffered a lot, especially second half, but we did manage to keep 3 points today, and so yeah, very pleased with that.
Another thing I'm sure you like is that sort of delivery from Brian, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. We've been working with Keith about this because we struggle at some point. We struggled to score from set piece, and I spoke with Keith to know if I can help the team differently. So yeah, today I'm very pleased. That's why after I scored, I went to him, and because I was really happy that I scored set piece goal, and for him as well.
And he was influential for the second goal as well. We were sat right next to the dugout. We heard him shouting at Christian Norgaard, sort of get to the near post, which is where he scored from. How big an influence has Keith had on this team in recent weeks?
He trusts us. He knows how to talk with the guys. He knows how to keep the focus. And it's quite funny because just before the throw-in, Noor said to Semenyo, "You don't follow me. You don't follow me." And after that, he scored. So that's why we are very happy. So I think it's big credit to him today to set piece goal. It's not easy to score that, to achieve that. So yeah, very happy.
And you mentioned it's Newcastle next. I think this was the first of 6 games against teams in the top half of the table. But how useful can that be as you're sort of still fighting for a place in Europe next season, aren't you?
We take game by game. That's right. Bournemouth do a big season this year. So if we want to reach them, we need to win this kind of game and win against Newcastle. So yeah, looking forward against Newcastle. Now it's international break, but after that, when we come back, we need to work hard because it's going to be on a different game and different stadium.
Have a good break and a cracking end to the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
Mm-hmm. What a lovely interview. He has scored 4 in his last 3 against Bournemouth. Were there certain teams that you enjoyed scoring against the most, Mo?
Yeah, I do think that happens, actually. You get certain teams that you just score plenty against and you're confident. There's certain grounds quite the opposite. You go to certain places and you think, God, the goal looks half the size of where it does at other grounds. So that's just quite natural. That's a confidence thing. That's a comfort thing in your surroundings. But yeah, and I'm sure Shay's the same. Used to probably keep clean sheets against certain teams, and then other teams you find it hard against. Everybody has the same thing.
A bit of an elephant in the room. You were talking off air about him scoring a hat-trick past me, and you said,
I wasn't going to mention it.
Let's not take it up.
Well, I
thought he was going to drop it in there.
We weren't going to mention it.
That's why Karen's in the middle here. That's why she's in the middle.
We weren't going to mention it.
Come on, guys.
No, but it's interesting, isn't it, that you do go to certain grounds, as Mo says, and you just have that either winning feeling or you struggle at certain
Yeah, you get a
grounds.
good feeling. You definitely do. Like previous season, you could have man of the match performance and making loads of saves, in my example, or scoring goals. And the next year, you go back to the next season, and you're full of beans. You're full of life because you've got good memories. And the opposite side as well, you could have made a mistake or missed a chance, and you're going back thinking, can I put that right from last season? Because the away fans are giving you some stick as well.
OK, we're going to head straight back to the ground and hear from Dean Huijsen.
Dean, can you sum up how you're feeling after that?
So frustrating. So frustrating. That's all I can say.
Which elements of the game are you most frustrated about? The defending, the attacking? What's going through your mind?
It's so easy. We gave it away so easy. You know, I blame myself too. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. 2 set pieces they scored. They didn't create nothing. You know, could have probably scored another goal, but it can't be that easy to score set pieces like that against us.
especially when the manager spoke about that in his press conference yesterday. He said he'd spoken, or you'd all spoken as a group, specifically about set pieces against Brentford. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I blame myself too. You know, it has to be better. It has to be better.
What about at the other end? Lots of chances, but again, are you lacking that ruthless streak up front like at the start of the season a little bit?
I don't know. Maybe. I think we could maybe score another goal, but it starts with defending. You know, we always score, and if we you know, it has to be better.
3 straight home defeats in the Premier League now. Also, the little bit of a habit of losing leads. That must add to the frustration, does it?
I didn't know that, but yeah, you know, it happens, and we've been doing very well. I don't think our play has been bad, to be honest. Maybe, yeah, I don't think our play has been bad at all. We definitely deserve to get more points in these last few games, but it's frustrating.
Dean Huijsen, they're clearly very frustrated. Look, he's 19 years old and making his 23rd appearance for Bournemouth. So he's been part of the good and the bad, I guess you could say. But you can clearly see just how disappointed he was, and you can understand it.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't going to speak at all to start that interview. He was like, oh, lost for words, because he is only young, as you say, but he's had a breakthrough season in the Premier League. He's been absolutely brilliant at the back. And again, Michael mentioned, you know, I'm sort of looking at the attacking set plays, but a young man like him, a centre half at the back, will be looking at the defensive side of things, and they'll be going, we can't give away goals at any level. You know, to give away 2 goals at Brentford today. One, obviously, we mentioned at half time that maybe he should go and attack the corner as well. I know Kepa is probably should hold his hands up as well for making a mistake, but he should go and attack it as well, perhaps. So that defensively, you know, they've been disappointing. Even the 2 goals at Tottenham, I think Kepa came sliding out, gave a daft penalty away, and then one came from a mishit cross and stuff. So the goals they give away in the last few weeks have been disappointing, and that'll hurt the young man.
I was just going to say on those results there that we just had up, even the Wolves game, they went down to 10 players. Then they had to chop and change the back line, different centre-back pairings. I can agree with frustration because it's been unlucky and the injuries, and they have played really, really well. And when you look at that table, you're thinking, you're kind of kicking yourself because you're so close to that European chance, and you think we're seeing it kind of fall away. And I think they've done really well. So it's been a good season so far from, but you are frustrated because you want a good season to mean something at the end. And I think that might be their Achilles heel, and they'll be like, we're kicking themselves at the end. Yeah,
absolutely, because, as we said, if they weren't to play some sort of European football next season after having such a good campaign, it would be disappointing. And also, when you look back at what we've just seen over 90 minutes, they had plenty of chances, didn't they, to win this game? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they will be frustrating because, you know, it's not every year you have a group of players that are this good. This guy included, Smedjo. I mean, that was a massive chance, so he got to do better there. But they had lots of chances. They do create chances, get in great positions. This could have been a little cutback onto the edge of the box for a penalty spot, and that might have been a simpler finish. But they do really well in these areas. I really like their attacking threat. I like the players individually. I like the way they work it. But of course, it's all about putting the ball in the back of the net. And this is a little bit of bad luck. A lot of the time when you're a goal scorer, you try to go for corners. It's the best way of scoring. But sometimes a chance is so hard. It might be bouncing in front of you. You might only partially see it. So sometimes you just try to get over it, just hit it on target. And in that situation, that was probably one of them. And, you know, you can hit it anywhere in the one tiny little slither that the goalkeeper's standing on. So that was a little bit of bad luck. But in general, they had chances to score more goals than that. They did. And if you look at the Premier League table, as we just saw, there's only 4 points between them and City. So as we actually said, is it all that bad? Because a couple of wins can really take them quite back into those European spots.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was looking at those other games that they'd had, and if they'd had won them, where would they be in that position? So that's the frustration, but I guess that's gone, and you're right. You've got to look forward. You've got to try and see what's ahead, how close you are. And they've got to kind of learn from the mistakes from today, the set pieces, take their chances. And like similar to what Wissa said, actually, look, there's how many games left? We've got to go game by game and put everything in and see where we end up. But I really do think they probably deserve to be in a European spot of some sort. So they kind of need to make that happen now.
Well, we've had our say here in the studio, but I wonder how the manager's feeling about Bournemouth's performance today. Let's hear from him. Andoni, Iraola.
Andoni, you had a lot of good moments in that match. Was it just frustrating the manner of the goals that you conceded to lose it?
Yes, it's frustrating, no? Because I think we've done a lot of very good things, but set plays are part of the game, and the value of the set plays is very high, and the goals value the same. So it's true that probably we had the better chances, we were closer to a score, but they've made the difference in the set plays. The long throw in, the corner are I think it's not the first time, especially last games, where probably we are not efficient enough. We have our moments, we have our chances, we don't make that difference, and after we have to regret it. In the other side, no, I think we need a lot to score a goal, and we need to create a lot of chances. And other teams like Brentford today, no, they are scoring with less, and this is not a matter of only bad luck or no. I think they are more efficient than us, definitely.
That efficiency with the second chance as well, though, you must feel that was a bit self-inflicted the way the second goal went in.
Yes, we also conceded a long throw against them in the first game. It's not we've been working on this all week, no, but at the end it's a matter of second balls, be there with the tension, no, to read where the rebound is going to go. I think it was Norgaard quicker than us to smell the danger, and it punished us, no. I think also we have to see the other side, no. We've had, I think, clear chances, no, with the crossbar. I think a couple of very good saves from Flecken. We haven't finished well the chances that we were creating, and it has been the main difference.
In that sense, is it just the fine margins to work on now? Because you've got yourself into this great position in the league. Is it a case of trusting the processes and working on those little fine details?
Yeah, you can think, no, it's a little thing, no, you deserve more, but when it happens, no, especially lately, no, it has happened to us a lot, no, I think I remember Brighton, Spurs the other day, today, when probably you have the clearest chances, you have everything. We'll check now the stats, we will have everything more than Brentford, but at the end, 0 points, that is what matters, and when it happens continuously, it's not just, we cannot just say, no, it's bad luck, and we keep going, no, I think we need to improve, no, in the decisive moments, because at the end is what makes the difference.
So frustration all around, but I love the way Andoni Iraola speaks. He's still quite measured, he's still quite calm, and I often think when you look at what he's achieved with this Bournemouth side, you could actually see a manager like him going on to manage even bigger sides in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think he's sought after. I think, there's certain clubs that if the manager, were to be removed from his hot seat, let's say, then you'd say he would be one person that would be on everybody's lips. I'm obviously not condoning it, but the likes of a Tottenham, let's say, I can see him moving to that next level of club. There's even been talk of Real Madrid, hasn't there, back in Spain? But no, he's a young manager that's up and coming. Great style of play. Takes a lot out of his players, I think. The way he plays. I mean, could you coach that style and implement that style into a team that are fighting on all fronts? If you take over a top team, it's not easy to play sort of all guns blazing all the time. You're shattered after half a season. So that would be interesting. But hey, I can understand why lots of people rate him. Yeah,
absolutely. And he's got them into 9th in the Premier League table, and their remaining fixtures look like this. They've got Ipswich next, then West Ham. They've got some winnable ones in there, some tough ones as well. But could you see them climbing a bit higher and finishing higher, Karen?
I mean, not being disrespectful to Ipswich, it's obviously a game that you're thinking that might bring back the confidence back to the group, and they're playing well and an opportunity. But like I said, game by game, the Premier League is unbelievable. And there's a lot of people chasing that European spot. They've just got to stay in the hunt.
And let's not forget, regardless of the fact that they've lost and they've gone on a run of defeats, 9th in the league is their best ever league position. They finished there back in 2016-17, so they're still on track for one of the best seasons they've ever had.
Yeah, and I think the manager who just spoke there is a key part of that, a key element. I think when he first joined the club, we were, be careful what you wish for. Gary Neal done a great job keeping them up, and the first 10 games he had a really quiet, poor start, thinking, is this guy the real deal? But you can imagine he's putting the sort of foundations in behind the scenes, working his system, working his players on how he wants to play, and they're reaping the rewards now. And I think the positive thing from a Bournemouth point of view is if your team is losing points, which they are actually at the minute, but not playing well, not creating chances, then you start to worry. But like Tottenham last week, today they are creating the chances. He'll just be frustrated, one, with the goals are given away, and two, by not taking all these different chances. They're doing a lot of good things, that's for sure.
Well, let's focus in now on their opponents today, Brentford, and hear from their manager, Thomas Frank.
Thomas, yet another away win, but given the way that you started the match and the nature of the opposition, was that perhaps the best of all?
I think we started the match okay. You're talking about what, the first 10 minutes?
Losing the goal.
Sorry. Going 1-0. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think we played a good first half. I think I'm very pleased with our first half in many, many ways. I think besides the well-worked set-piece goal, we had 6 big moments where we don't get a shot off, where it's like this, or the shot is that cut back for Vitali. So those are big moments we need to get more out of. So first half, very happy with that. Second half, Bournemouth started better than us. The first 5-10 minutes, then I think it was relatively even. No one really, got hold of the game. Then we got up 2-1, and from there I think it was not a pretty game, but that happens sometimes, and we fighted the win home. And I think it's the first time in a long time where it was an even game, and we edged it. So I'm really pleased with that.
2 set-piece goals, 2 very different goals in that sense, though. How important has the work of Keith Andrews been, and the other coaches around involved?
I think it's no secret that set-piece strategy is a big thing of ours, been that for years and years, and there's a fantastic culture about it. Of course, Keith Andrews is doing a very good job. The players doing a very good job, and the culture around it is very, very good. So set pieces is crucial, and set pieces today won us the game.
I know you may be reluctant to be drawn on this because I have already asked you before the match, but you are looking up now, aren't you? And as you say, you have ambitions. You can go places from here, perhaps?
Yeah, I think it is a couple of things. One, as I just got told, this is our 50th Premier League win. And I also was told that there's only 10 clubs that got to 50 Premier League ones quicker than us. That's crazy. Out of 51 clubs in the Premier League, taking everything into consideration, our journey, our size, all that. So I think that's is a day we should be very proud of in many ways. Everyone involved, staff, fans, players, ownership. I think that's amazing. And yeah, of course, we want to look up and aim as high as possible. Big win, but yeah. A little break and then we go again.
Well done today, Thomas.
Thank you very much.
Well, we were praising Andoni Iraola, but we have to give praise to Thomas Frank as well, because it's Brentford's, 4th season in the Premier League, their 50th Premier League victory. He has done a remarkable job with these players.
He has. He's a very good manager, very infectious. Love listening to him talk. I know the players really like him. And yeah, another manager. We're talking about, Iraola and where he could potentially go in the future. I think Thomas Frank's another one that a lot of clubs like the look of. He's done an amazing job at Brentford. He's obviously limited with resources and all the rest of it, but he squeezes every bit out of those players, and they look like they love playing for him.
They do. They look like they're enjoying their football. As we said earlier, they're the only team that have 2 players that have scored 10 or more in Wissa and Mbeumo. And where do you think that they could finish the season? What would be a good finish for them?
I think at the moment, keep pushing for that top half finish, and if there's any chance they can get any European football, go for it. But top half right now is probably the ambition to maintain that.
And what do you think, Shay?
Well, it's great what he mentions, the club, the owners, the fans. It's a small community club. And the budget they've done, the job he's done, it seems like a real team effort, and he's at the very helms. He's doing a brilliant job, and it's fantastic. Over 50 victories in the Premier League, unbelievable.
It's changed around, and I think some of it has to do with the teams we were facing in the beginning of the season, where we were maybe playing the bottom half at home and then the top half away. But it's of course nice that we now go to away games with the feeling that we can get 3 points.
Christian, let's take a look at the goals then. We've got them for you to look at, because you played your part in the first one as well.
Because you slipped. You slipped and you took Kirkes away at the front post area. But
sorry, I didn't look at it. I didn't see it, but now I can see it. Yeah. straight from the training pitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me slipping straight into Kirkes, who can't clear the ball, and then Wissa scores. Yeah, straight.
So that was the plan, yeah?
it was not there was not the time for me to slip there. Yeah, but it's a great header though, to be fair, from Wissa. But I need to work on staying on my feet.
But look, it worked perfectly there, and as he was saying earlier on, Wissa in a lot of space there. Were you surprised at how much space you had for the winner?
Yeah, a little bit. We had a long throw-in, I think, just before, and I told Nathan to flick the ball because I was free, and then so I was free already on the throw-in before this. So I knew if the ball would come, I would have enough space to get a finish in. So and then once it's there, it's just about trying to hit the target from such a close distance, and yeah, no better feeling than seeing it go in. Darren Bent would know that.
Did you score any spectacular ones like that?
I mean, that goal there was probably a bit further out than I'm used to scoring goals. It's a great finish.
Look, Christian, moments like that, goals like that, performances like that are the reason why Brentford fans are looking for some clarity on your contract situation. It's still a little bit undecided at the moment. Is there anything that you can tell them?
I can tell it's very positive. That's probably all I have to say. It's going in the right direction, and I'm sure we'll find a solution for me to stay here after the summer.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of answer they're looking to hear. Christian, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.